Trend Talk for day one, focused on corporates taking action to create safety for employees both in and out of the office. Our final speaker is Maheran Ahmad, Southeast Asia Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Lead, Deloitte Southeast Asia. Maheran is on a mission to empower leaders and organizations to promote diversity, enable equity, and foster inclusion. With over 2 decades of experience, she excels in building capacity, refining skills, and nurturing resources to create inclusive environments where everyone can be themselves, where everyone can feel valued and thrive. So important. Both professionally and personally. Maheran is here today to share Deloitte Southeast Asia's experience driving change for a world of work free from harassment and violence. Everyone, Maheran.
Thank you very much. We've seen so many numbers and stats for today, but I would really like to call upon two data points that I think would help frame the talk today towards creating a safe workplace for everybody. So there was that, I think it was Alia who mentioned it's 75% of women still experience sexual harassment. And in the world, 1 out of 3 people have experienced physical or sexual violence, and mostly at the hands of intimate partners. So these are staggering data, right? And what I'd like to also share with you is that behind this data, there are real people. There are real lives. People like you and me. People like our friends, our family, and our colleagues. So, those who are experiencing harassment and violence, they are not, or even have the fear of experiencing violence or harassment, they are not able to show up in their full selves, and they need that support to be able to thrive in any environment. So what we want to do is to help enable them so that they can come up and contribute to the best of their ability and their potential, right? So gender-based violence is a very important agenda for Deloitte, and we look at this as not just a human rights issue, but it is also something that holds women back from advancing in their career. It is also something that, that is a barrier to progress, and it stifles the potential of the women who can actually go out there and hit the numbers like how Anne mentioned, 30%, all the numbers that we need to achieve. These are the ones that we need to help support that women. So what we do here in Deloitte is really to help build that enabling environment so that, how can we support women and to thrive, right? So we do have an anti-harassment policy. We have an anti-discrimination policy, of which sexual harassment is a very large part of it. But we also have, we thought to ourselves during the lockdown, what else can we do to make sure that our employees feel safe, right? So we looked at it, and we were getting reports from NGOs, from the media, saying that there was a prevalence of an increased number of domestic violence because of the close proximity of where people are spending their work time at home. So that being the case, we decided to really look and reach out to partners and work together with them to come up with a framework to structure a domestic and family violence policy. So, this domestic and family violence policy is not just policy. It's great that we have a policy, but like everybody has mentioned here earlier today, it's also about what goes beyond those policies, right? So it's what kind of a holistic experience are we creating for our people? So one of the things that we look at in Deloitte is, we look beyond policies, and we try at our best to create more awareness about domestic violence and sexual harassment, we have talks, we have dialogues, we have leadership messaging, all that to make sure that it is not just something that you see like a policy on your first day of onboarding, but it's actually part of our day-to-day people decisions and how we deal with people, how we engage and support our employees for success. The other thing is that we also provide enabling support structures. So how does this look like? Right, we have enabling support structures that actually make sure that we have counseling provided for our people. More holistically, we engage with employee assistance programs that have specialized skills in dealing with people who are experiencing sexual harassment and domestic violence. And we also look at engaging with NGOs and in our local countries, and to see how can they support our people if they need to, right? So we also have making sure that we actually have paid leaves for people who need to attend to maybe a court appearance or attending to making police report. So we actually put that in place, and we also have a finance loan. We provide our employees who are going through any difficult situation that they can come to us, and we would, if they don't have any immediate access to funds, that we would expedite a loan so that they'll be able to get back on their life again. So and the last thing is we do a lot of trainings. So we do trainings to help people be aware how to react, how to spot people who need support if they are going through the same process or experience, how they can reach out for help. And lastly, also we have a lot of systems in place to help measure and also report on the kind of the state we are in. So this is a bit hard to do, I must admit, but it is something that we are putting in place, making sure that we as long as we keep track of it and we make sure that we know what kind of support that our people really need. And it's also about giving them the flexible working environment so that they can manage themselves. So I think the call to action is really to, for us to all work together, because we've got this rich knowledge and exchange around this room, that we can really collaborate and make this a success for everybody. So, we can all be that rising tide that raises all boats. So thank you.